I was studying at a very famous university in the Philippines. This university is really big and has so many buildings that to get to different classes on time you have to take a jeepney, which is a type of taxi in our country. There are different jeepneys for each route. One night, my class was over and I wanted to return to the dormitory. And of course, I took a jeepney. It was almost midnight and there weren't many people on my route and I was alone in the jeepney. I got in the car and the driver drove off. Everything was normal until a few minutes later I noticed that the driver was looking at me badly. He was looking at me in the mirror and several times he looked directly at me. I felt bad and tried not to make eye contact with him. A minute later I looked at the driver again to see if he was still staring at me, and to my horror, he was still staring at me for no reason. While driving, he would sometimes take his eyes off me and look at the road, but how he looked at me was very strange. It was terrifying, as if he was trying to keep an eye on me. I clung to the window, and even though it was very dark, I still managed to look outside. I was slowly getting to my destination when I saw that the driver did not stop by the dormitory and continued on his way. I was terrified, but I tried not to look at myself and told the driver, "Sir, this is not my dormitory." This was when the driver stopped looking at me and only looked at the road. When I looked at his face, I saw that he had not heard me and seemed very scared. The driver increased his speed even more than before. I was really scared, so I tried to tell him again, "Sir, you are going the wrong way. This is not my dormitory." But he still ignored me and seemed not to hear me at all. I gave up and accepted my fate, thinking that something bad was going to happen to me. I made a plan to scream and ask for help or jump out of the car if the driver stopped. After 5 minutes of driving around the street, the driver decided to go to my original destination. When we passed our dormitory, I saw my heart start to beat. I wanted to jump out of the car, but the driver stopped me. I got out quickly and ran away. I wanted to run to the dormitory building when the driver called me and said something. "Wait, madam. When you go to your room, change your clothes quickly or burn them or throw them away. A little while ago, I saw in the mirror that you had no head. Probably an evil spirit was trying to enter you. That's why I turned around and prayed a few times until I finally saw that your head was back in place and they took you to your destination. Be more careful next time." When I heard this, I was very shocked, but I didn't want to believe him. It turned out that the driver couldn't hear me because I didn't have any head at that time. When I went to my room, I woke up my roommate and told him everything. In the end, I listened to the driver's advice and threw my clothes away. I'm grateful for what the driver did, but this was one of the most terrifying things I've ever experienced.